Good morning. Let me make sure my mic is working. Yep, we're working. Always have a problem with that. Start a stream, start talking, 5 minutes, realize my mic's not working. So we're good. I kind of want to just pick up where I left off last time, which was, well, I did a little work this morning. Last time we were struggling with, so we're on the locked out users feature for people that are just joining. And I want to be able to call get lockout source without an identity, just give you all the sources generically. Or if you provide an identity, then just pull the most recent log for that user. You can target a user or just generically grab everything. So I just fixed that at the end of the last stream, but there were a couple things to fix. One of them was I was getting stuck on, if I don't provide an identity, I then have to parse the log itself to return a username, just for a bunch of generic logs that it finds. And I was struggling with that. I was like, try this, try that. Noel, you gave me back, you have to index number 15 to get the username. And then I realized I am already parsing for the username up here. If I provide the identity, I'm saying filter the log where the message, if you split it based on this garbage, matches the username. So obviously this returns the username. So I don't know why I forgot. We've already done that work. If I split the message of the log in this way, we get the username back. Found you through YouTube a few weeks ago. Oh, hey, that is so awesome. So welcome. I stream PowerShell. And usually what I do, I haven't done this for a while. So yesterday was my first stream back in like months. Had a baby. Things have just been busy, but hopefully I'm going to get back into a groove of streaming. What I usually do is, so Twitch saves the streams, but only for, 2 weeks or something. I record these, and then as soon as the stream is over, usually I just take it and upload it to my YouTube channel so that they're there forever. So that's, yeah, I'm glad you found that. That's so awesome. So what we're doing right now, just to fill you in on what the rest of the stream is going to be about, I have a HelpDesk module that it's centered around your typical HelpDesk person. It's got enabling and disabling Active Directory accounts. You can add and remove people from being local admin on their machine remotely, as long as you're an admin on their machine. Reset passwords, unlock people. But the one we're looking at is seeing who's locked out in the first place. So you could run this, the command is get locked out AD users, but I've aliased this to GLO because get locked out, that's what that stands for. Because when I was in HelpDesk, I would type this all the time, and I don't want to type this big command all the time. So I would just glow all over the place. So when I say glow, I'm really talking about the command that gets all the locked out users. And my friend Noel reached out, and this is actually an issue on GitHub, issue number 4. We could look at that quick, where he suggested that we, github.com, that it would be great to, when you see who's locked out, also see where they're being locked out from. So what computer is actually doing the locking out? Because I've been in HelpDesk, you fix a user, they call back in 10 minutes. Hey, I'm locked out again. Well, what did you do in these 10 minutes? Well, really, it's a server that they're still signed into that they don't know or forgot. And that server, is locking them out. So it's nice to know from where. Yesterday, we got most of this working. We made this tremendously fast, which is fantastic. And now we're just kind of putting on some finishing touches, hopefully. So another issue with this taking so long is I can't test this stuff anymore. At my last job, I had the rights to, run this stuff. And that's where I made most of these commands, is because it's work I was doing. So it was easy to test and develop because I had the rights. But where I'm at now, I don't do domain work anymore. But my friend who suggested this in the first place does. So usually I say, hey, try this command real quick. He lets me know if it's working or not. So I think we're ready to try this. Let me just message him real quick. So make sure you import HelpDesk first. Then paste these commands, and you know that. But I'm gonna resend these to you, Noel, real quick. These are ready to test. So when you import the module, you obviously get the most recent published version, and then if you copy and paste these over top of it, it overwrites what's in the module with this. So this is Glow. You paste that, and then I will send you this one as well. And I want to know, where is PowerShell? I want to know if you run get lockout source and just provide the computer name, which is get AD domain emulator. Is that how you spell that? Emulator. Yeah. You should just be able to run just this and start getting back a username and a computer name pair, basically. But I can't run this because I don't have the rights. So try this. I believe I fixed. You do not have to provide an identity. That's no longer mandatory. I don't require it here. And I do return the username based on the log that it found. So yeah, let me know. Let me get rid of this. And if this is too small, let me know. Again, it's hard for me to, my screen is so big that this text right now is huge to me, but on stream it might be too small. So just let me know. Looks good. Great. And then obviously in Chrome, I'll just zoom in real quick. I wish you could control scroll to zoom in VS Code like I can in a browser. It just scrolls me here. But in a browser, I can very quickly make it bigger real fast, shrink it for myself if I need, but I can't do this in VS Code. Yeah, so this is the issue we're working on. And I haven't made any comments yet, but I should be able to. There we go. Yeah, this. Wait, is that? Yep, that's right. You get the lockout sources. I know you get the sources, but you are also getting the usernames on those sources. That's what we just fixed. If you just generically run this, I'm parsing for the username correctly. That's awesome. That means you should then be able to run Glow with the include lockout source. And in your environment, that should work. No errors. Can you try that for me? And let me know if you get the beautiful, you should get the username, the name of the user, their actual SAM account name, the lockout time, and a fourth column that says the source. That's what you should get back if you run this. And if you do, this looks like it's mostly working. I just want to test this with a few other people, because I hate the way that I have to parse the message. But it should be the same for every log. Every 4740 log, the message should be the exact same block, whether it's got values or not. Oh, okay. We saw this last time. Let's look at that. So he's getting an error on right here. Oh, it's probably because I don't need to provide script there anymore. Or here. Oh, wait. I'll keep it. Okay, because I define it as script right here. And then this tests that you have the rights. Oh, you know what? I could make this, now that I know how fast this is. Yeah, okay. Cool. The GitHub Copilot finished my comment. It finished my sentence. Copilot is really awesome. Anyway, making a note here, we can make this test probably faster as well. Yeah, so your error is actually on this line. But you can run. When you ran this command, it worked. Right? So what if you run, I guess I didn't actually run it. What if you did something like run that? We know you get those results, which is what's in the script here too. And you just pipe that into like for each object. Oops. You just strip it and just return the identity or something. Let me send this to you in Discord. I try that. I don't know why for each object doesn't like what it gets, because it's getting objects from get lockout source. We've proved that this works. I don't know. Maybe I don't need script. Script is a way to scope a variable to show, yeah, to give it a certain scope. That doesn't make sense to me. Null sent me another error. Can you get rid of the for each in the pipe and run that again? Just to... Maybe I spelled something wrong. Oh, I had a typo. Okay. Oh, I spelled computer name wrong. Okay. Whoops. Computer name, yeah. My bad. Now it gives you just the identities. But when you run it, when you run glow, which is running this, what are we getting for each object? The array index evaluated to null. Oh, that's this. Oh, this is the error, not for each object. Okay. And I need to change my logic here. I need to say maybe this. Because this is going to be null. It's going to be empty. Well, it could be empty. Wait, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure I want this to be equal. So what we're doing here is I want just the newest. Okay, so when we run get lockout source with no identity, we're going to get, maybe there's one user that's got 1,000 lockout logs on the server. We just want the newest one in this scenario. If you run this by itself, you're going to get them all. But in this case, when I'm using that down here, I need just the newest one and I need it fast. So this gives me, you know, Joe Schmo user has 1,000 logs. I need to throw just that newest one in a hash table. And so when I get to log number 2 from him, they will already be in the hash table. And so I need to make sure that I'm not putting multiple records of him in the hash table. So I want only add them to the hash table if their user reference right here, if they're not already in there. So that means if they're not, that reference is null. So maybe if I did this, it'll be a little happier. So let's try that. Yeah, I got confused on, it's not the actual for each that's the error. It's this reference. But I think if I'm comparing it to null, maybe that will work. So go ahead and redefine this one for me and try it. Like I said, it'd be so fast if I could try this myself, but I don't have the access. So you get the same error. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a different way. I'll have to make a hash table here. Let me let's play with this for a sec. Empty hash table. So I'm saying user 1 equals and then some computer. So I'll just say computer 1. So this is what we're building. We're building just a key value pair of the user paired with their computer. So what's erroring is I'm trying to reference a key that doesn't exist. Right? You said same error. Let's see. The array indexed evaluated to null. Well, I should get an error here, but I don't. Because that's, yeah, we're basically asking for a user that doesn't live in here yet. And if I do reference that user, I get the computer back. Why wouldn't I get the error right here? You know what? The logic I had before was correct. Let's do that. Let's make this... I mean, PowerShell should convert this to a Boolean. I'm trying to figure out how to shut that error up when we do this comparison in a for each object loop. I don't know why that's a big deal. So I want to say I still want not. Let's wrap that up. So instead of this returning its value, if I change it to a Boolean type, it will now just return true or false. So if the user is here, that's bad. That means I've already added them to the table. I want to skip the next piece of code. So if this is true, which is bad, we want to skip. This not out in front reverses the result that I get here, which I hope makes sense. If this is true, this sets it to false, which means we skip adding it to the table. We want to skip that. If they don't exist, this is false. Not reverses that to be true, and then we do add them. So it's like a double negative kind of to get this to work. Some people shorthand this by using the exclamation point, and I know in a lot of other languages that means the reverse, but that would work here too. But I think not is more readable if it's not this. So anyway, let's try this. Sorry, I'm rambling. Just like explaining things. I'll send you this. You'll tell me you're getting the same error. I'll go cry. While you do that, let me update this. Yep, error action stop. I just want to say select. Same error, go fish. Yeah. All right, I'll look at that in a sec. Let me do that over here. Hang on. I'm testing. I want to see. Okay, I've got this hash table here. Different error, but. Oh, duh. All right, now I'm an admin. There we go. Got some logs. But I want to also add max events 1. Perfect. I want one that matches the filter. That's great. So for my test, find me one 4740 log. I guess I could add that here. Just to make that as fast as possible. I don't need to pull all of them to test. I just want one. Okay, same error. Let's come back up here and look. So this is the error. The error index evaluated to null. Or the array index, sorry. I mean, what does this need to be in? Quotes? That would be dumb. I have run into that before, though. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's yelling about this index, not this one. Or both. I don't know. Let's try that. There we go. Go fish. That was funny. Try that. Let me send a message here real quick. You get nothing back. When you do glow with that, you get no results. You don't even see the locked out users. That's what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, Greeno. Thanks for the follow. That was a while ago, wasn't it? Sorry. Thank you. You are follower number 40. I'm on my way to 50. Yeah, okay, you get nothing back. Okay, if I'm doing that reference in quotes like this, now you don't get an error. So I think this fixed it. I just need to update the syntax for this all over the place. Apparently it needs these quotation marks. Oh, follow with both. Hey, make 10 accounts and follow me with them all. I don't care. This should work now. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I need to get rid of this else and just return it here. Okay, this fixed a couple things at the same time. So what was happening was, let me go back. If you include that flag, it was adding that to the object. So now I've got the 4 columns, but I wasn't actually returning it. It wasn't actually getting spat back out to you. I just added it and then it got lost in the ether. If you don't include it, then yes, I do return just the formatted locked out user over here. So I always want to return the object no matter what. So I think if I get rid of this and just do it here, no else. Always return an object, whether it's been edited or we skip this. we return it. So just a logic flaw there. There you go. That should work. I appreciate you testing this also. And the fact that you did not get an error on this means that that's working. So I can get rid of these comments. So what I'd like to do next is, once we get this figured out, this new filter hash table I need to use elsewhere in other modules. It is working. On Discord, can you send me a screenshot of it working, just so I can see it? Oh, but it says, oh, it says unknown. That's a, yeah, that's a piece of code I thought would never actually run. So that's right here. Unless I just get rid of this. So this is failing for you. And instead you're running this code, which, like I said last stream, I honestly thought that this code would never run. So it's a good thing I put it here. All right, I changed the condition here a little bit. So let's try that. Yes, we're getting the users. I think I just had my logic down here wrong. I know that I'm, yeah, filtering on the correct user. You know what? I can probably get rid of guest too. You see them there, but here you see unknown. No, okay, so the fact that you see unknown, okay, it has nothing to do with this. Because I see your screenshot. When you run directly this get lockout source, you are getting the identity back. Oh my gosh. It's right here. The object that I get back from this has the username listed as identity. Everywhere else, I like to reference SAM account name because that's what's in Active Directory. When I build my hash table, I need to give it the identity and lockout source combo. So this was the issue. And then down here, I can reference the SAM account name coming down the pipe. This is, well, I'll wait to get your feedback before I know that this was the fix. But that seems obvious now that I see it. Okay. Fun. Yeah, this would have been great. I didn't even think to do this when I built HelpDesk. So getting feedback like this is pretty sweet. There's more to getting this in the module and publishing than just getting this working right now. But if you guys actually want to see that process, look at that. Okay, I've got a screenshot. You've got the user. But why don't, when you run it without that flag, Noel, you actually get 3 users that are locked out. Oh, only one of those that you get back is actually locked out right now. That's why you only get 1 back. So, okay, it's working. I would love to test with more than just 1 person because, like I said before, this is disgusting. I hate that I have to do this to parse in the log where the username lives. It's gross. It's 1 blob of text and you have to split it up. But if every log in every domain, that's 4740, is going to be structured the exact same, then this shouldn't matter. I want to do more testing before I actually publish this to the world. But for now, this is great. So what I would do right now to actually get this out there, I've got a couple things. I need to create help documentation on this command. So if all y'all's in the ether have HelpDesk installed, you should be able to type get help GLO, which is the alias for this command. And you'll see this help information. Yeah, it's always gross. And what's so funny to me is sometimes you think you've done some weird workaround and then you actually find the official documentation and that's what's officially documented is the gross thing you had to do. It's awful. Yeah, so if you do get help on a command, if it has built-in documentation, which all of my stuff does, you'll see some descriptions, and I usually do get help, the command, and then add this detailed flag on here. That gives you a lot. So it gives you quick overview. This performs a search to see who's locked out. Maybe something that's a little more in depth. And then descriptions on each parameter. So, oh, I don't have properties. This module doesn't have as in-depth of testing as my other module does, Admin Toolkit. But on Admin Toolkit, I've got tests that fail if it detects a parameter that I've defined that I don't have documentation for. So really up here, I need to say parameter properties and then give it a quick, well, let's see what GitHub. Yeah, let me look at something. Okay. This. Wow, look at that. It's writing this for me. GitHub Copilot is awesome. It got this from reading the code down here for when I define properties, the default, and it just knows what to write up here. This is so awesome. Copilot is so cool. I will be sad when they bring it out of beta and make you pay for it. But I will probably end up having to pay for it because I love Copilot. It's awesome. So these are the defaults. These are the same. Well, it's Active Directory properties. Yeah, okay, any AD properties. Cool. I should say conditional would be lockout source. See parameter. And since that's a switch, I really should have, yeah, there, it's going to write it for me. Let's see what it writes. Well, this isn't true. They've specified the lockout source. This parameter requires query is a better word. This parameter is only valid if the properties parameter is also specified. That's not true. So let's get rid of that. And that's it. So if I were to just copy paste this quick, when this would get published, then I could type get help glow detailed, and you're going to see these. Oh, it's not. Let me load it a different way. Functions, public. That's weird that it's not. It should list those here, that description. Something weird's going on. Oh, let me just load the module locally. That's not working. I should list it here. Anyway, not a big deal. Just some cleanup stuff that you have to do to get this published. Well, maybe it doesn't like this. Well, it shouldn't care. Oh, that was it. It didn't like the formatting here, and it broke the help for the parameters. So you could specifically target, like, look at all this help information now. Oh, is properties mandatory? What do I do? Here's the description. Here's the defaults. See the parameter, include lockout source, which is right here. Quick description of this. Professionals should be doing this. Not everybody does, but most people provide help. Then I also need to create that help over here. Update this in my changelog and, add some commands, blah, blah, blah. But I think we're done with this. I'm going to do some of this cleanup stuff later, unless you guys want to see what this looks like to prep a module to update in the PowerShell gallery, at least the way I've got it set up. If not, I could look at in admin toolkit, I've got a function get reboot logs, which also queries for event logs, but it's super slow. And the work that I've done on this, I figured out how to make it so much faster. So I guess it doesn't matter whichever one. Let me just commit some of this stuff. Improved. So I'll commit that and push that up to GitHub. Let's shift gears real quick. I want to head over to admin toolkit. Don't save. Admin toolkit, public. Get reboot logs. Here it is. Got here. So this is the old way of doing it. I'm asking for every system log. So give me 3 million system logs and then I'll filter them. But I need to change this syntax. Filter hash table. ID equals 1074. Yeah. I just had a thought. Sorry. It would be really cool to also int max events. I'll explain this in a sec. Sorry. Cool. So get reboot logs will return every 1074 log on a machine, even your own. So I guess I could run this get. It'll default to this computer. And so these are all the times I've rebooted. You can see how slow this is. You can see them coming across one by one. Because it's going through every system log and then just showing these whenever one comes up. But when we do it this way, it tells the event manager, I don't need to see every log. Just show me the ones that I have this filter for. Max events. What did I do? Max events, yeah. The 0 argument is less than the minimum. If max events, let's try this. There we go. I need to get rid of this verbose. What in the world? It shouldn't come up by default. There. So this gets me all the logs. What I wanted to be able to do is that. By default, give me everything, but behave in the same way that get when event does. You can sort of limit how many it pulls. I just care about the most recent one. Just give me one. This would also work if you did select object first one, but it's just different. Same thing. It looks the same, but under the hood, it's different. So, okay. This is done. I'm going to save this. Let me make a GitHub issue for this. Who's that ugly guy? Okay. Admin toolkit. Let me make a new issue. Oh, I did. I did see yesterday. We looked at actual official documentation on that parameter. I want to link that here. Nope, that's a blog. I want the official get when event. Should be down here somewhere, yeah. Here it is. There's no link for this. Okay, I want to make an issue out of this because sitting here, I know of this one command that uses get when event, and I can speed it up, but I don't want to jump to the conclusion that that's the only one. So I want to tie this code that I just wrote to this issue, and this is issue number 21. So get checkout B. Wait. Issue 4. Okay, so GitHub has a format. If you name your branches like this, it ties itself directly to the issues. It knows that this branch is tied to that issue, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, cool. Yeah. Max. So I added that parameter, but I didn't actually document it up here. Yeah, so let me run these tests so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so I've got loads of tests. We're going to see one that just failed up there, little blip of red. So yeah, on get reboot logs, it should have a parameter help block for each defined parameter. So it detected computer name. Yep, I've got documentation for it. It detected that I created this new parameter, max events, but I do not have help defined for it. So my module literally would not publish if I tried to publish it right now. I have forced myself to make sure I document everything that my commands can do. So there's all these tests it does on every function. Make sure it properly registers. It has help. It has all of these help blocks. It's an advanced function. I'm using certain regions. And my code actually compiles properly. Lots. I have way more tests, and I even have some function-specific tests, but these are generic tests it runs on every single function that I provide. So testing is really cool. I can just make sure I have all this stuff in place without having to even think about it. So let's do this quick. Oh, it's just great. That's so simple. And so now if we come out here, we'll see this new branch. Eventually I'll PR this, but I need to look at other functions and just make sure none of these do event log things. That might be the only one, but yeah, none of those. Nope, nope, nope. I think that's the only one. I probably could merge this in. But okay, I've got that. This is for admin toolkit. Again, this is not the help desk right now. What I would do, I could publish this right now. I would come into changelog, come in here and add a new version 1.1.2.3. It's not a big change. There. So I've got this. I would then need to come and up that version. Don't change anything else. Change log, versions here. Everything's updated. One, two, three. So I'll push that up to GitHub. It's not actually released yet. But it's in this issue. So I can compare and pull that into master. This is when I make this pull request, it's going to automatically run all my tests. So I test the source code, I build the module, and then I do a few tests after it's built on every operating system, Linux, Mac, Windows. And then this tests everything. Build and test. Yeah, these are a little different. Anyway. Then once I actually merge it into master, another set of tests, it's going to version check and see, did what got merged into master have a new version in the manifest file? And in this case, it will. So that kicks off, okay, actually build it, retest. If everything looks good, deploy it. We can see, okay, when I committed this up here, these had failures because I didn't add the documentation yet. So everything's green. Publish new version. And I will merge. Let's come and look at some actions. So build and publish. Yep, this will kick off. So this will actually publish here in just a sec. Yeah, so the fact that we got here means it already had a new version. It detected that there was a new version ready to go. I don't see that output here. Anyway. This will run. Soon I'll get an email that it was published. Yeah, so out here right now, admin toolkit is 1122. And this is done. Yep. Okay, so version is newer. It's running all these tests. We just saw this a couple seconds ago. It'll then build it, which it's doing right there. Retests, there's just a few. And then it's going to publish to the PowerShell gallery. And my token for that is stored in GitHub as a secret. Mwahaha. One time it accidentally flashed in the logs here what my token was. So I had to quit the stream and cycle that real quick, and I figured out why it did it. I fixed it, but that has happened once or twice. Oh, come on. Shouldn't take that long to publish. There it is. Successfully published. Cleans up some build files. So I should be able to come back here. And I thought I could see the actual tests. The test coverage, but maybe not. Anyway. If I refresh this. 1123. So I did publish that new version. Everybody go out and update your module. Admin tool kit. So I have to go through the same process with HelpDesk once I actually need to confirm that everything's actually working. Test with some other people on different domain controllers. Make sure I'm parsing the logs correctly. I just need to do a little bit more testing than what I've done already before I publish that. This is an easy thing to publish. So, yeah, anyway, I think we'll end this here. It's working. I just need to do some off-stream testing with this and get that published. That would be a nice feature to let folks have. Just include the lockout source. Poof, they know what's going on. So, all right, I'm going to end this here. Lots of stuff to work on going forward. I'm happy to finally be streaming again. And yeah, like I said, I get these uploaded to YouTube, so they're around forever. I'm trying to make playlists of stuff. So when I streamed before, I have had a couple actual projects that I've done. You know, my sponsors repository, my top 8 action in GitHub. Those took me like 6 or 7 streams in a row. So those are playlists in YouTube. But some of this other stuff, it's hard to put in a playlist. It's just random work. So I'll just keep uploading them with the gist of what we're doing. And anyway, thanks for the couple follows this stream. Appreciate it. On my way to 50. That'll be really nice. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for getting involved. Noel, thank you so much for being my test guinea pig. This is all your fault anyway. So, yeah. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your week and weekend and all the things. So see you around.